Alright, here we are with another round. We're going first again. We'll keep this. Yeah, so this is an awkward time for the Magic online specialty formats because Magic 2013 just came out in stores, or the pre-release was this past weekend, and the pre-release doesn't happen online for another 2 weeks or something, so nobody wants the M12 packs, and the value plummets, and uh, so nobody plays any of the two-man queues or the dailies just because it's impossible to make profit on them. I think the M12 packs like sell for maybe $2.35 from the bots, and these things cost like 2 tickets to play. So you need like a 90% win rate, which is like not obtainable for anything, to show profit in them. So they're a little slow and the format's stagnant, but it's a good opportunity to try some new stuff. And why? Okay, I should have played that. That was a mistake. I'm chit chatting and not paying attention. So we're against one of the post variants. We're against. It has to be UR, but well, I mean it could be blue black, but it's blue something. Okay, so trying to make up for all the misplays. We'll play this, and then we'll cavern to get back. We'll get that swamp back. So I imagine this matchup comes down to a lot of Karen feeders and mesmeric fiends, where you could just keep, I guess, castigating them each turn, and then one of the okay. So there's one of our cards. Um, what do we do here? We can play the mesmeric fiend and then fume spitter it. We can cast this and just try beating down and just force him to respond in some way. And I think that might be the best option until we, because we also want to start dredging, and right now we have no way of. Actually, let's see. Okay, we'll do mesmeric fiend. I should have attacked with that. That was okay. And then we'll fume spitter it. So it all goes on the stack, and then we basically just get a free duress. And then what we're really doing here is trying to get the brown scale in the graveyard so we could just start. Okay. I think we hit deep analysis, and then we could actually do this again next turn and hit the mole drifter, I think. So we'll discard that. Get the fume spitter back. And it's possible he just like thunderbolts it or something, but that's not too relevant. And then we can, let's see, we'll dredge this back, discard, get the fiend for 1. Alright, so assuming he doesn't firebolt it, which he probably will, we can see what happens. Even so, we're wasting half a firebolt on a fume spitter. So that's good for us, I think. And then he had a flame slash, a mole drift. He had the mountain. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Okay, so how do we do this? Do we dredge? I think we just need to try to hit a land here, right? Uh, so we won't dredge. If we get the land, we can Tortured Existence and then play the Fiend and then. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh wait, I'm. Oh man. Okay. I just realized he. Okay. I guess we'll just cast this. Oh no, he. Okay. We'll just pass, and then we'll play the madness on this and get back the fiend, and then we'll start beating him down, because he'll probably have a mole drifter out this turn, and then we could just start. We'll be swinging into that, but. Get back. All right, so we'll get these two back, and then we can do the same thing again, or we can play one and then. Yes, we will dredge this time. All right, we got a stinkweed imp. That's good. We'll attack with him. And I think we'll just do this again. And just stop him from drawing cards. The Mole Drifter here is more important than the Preordain. So I think, I'm pretty sure. Then we'll play the Cavern. So something to keep in mind is he already used the Capsized, and he used that pretty liberally. So most post decks don't have a lot of win conditions. It's basically just a Capsize and a Rolling Thunder, and that's it. So I mean, I'm just gonna assume that he might have something else, maybe another Capsize or maybe two Rolling Thunders. But if we can, especially if you can hit his hand with the Mesmeric Fiend and hit one of his win conditions, then you are in pretty good shape. And he also another option is he has a mnemonic wall, so in pitching that to the graveyard, it stops it from getting removed. Here we'll dredge the stinkweed imp. Okay, not what we're looking for, but that's okay. All right, and then I think we'll just keep doing this. Except we should probably get the brown scale back now so he doesn't grind us out with mole drifters. But that's okay too, because we'll be hitting with the Scrabbler every turn. Scrabbler, not okay. And see, then once we get a feeder, this becomes so much easier because we don't have to get back the fume spitter on top. We could just keep sacrificing the. Okay, so he's pretty much out of options at this point. So that's good for us. We could play the. Did I? Yeah, I played the swamp. I think next turn we could play the Gathens Raiders and just start swinging and beating down. We'll get back the brown scale. We're actually, well, if we play the Stinkweed Imp, he's just gonna Flame Slash it. Uh, okay, so we'll get this back. Put Death Spark, Stingweed Imp. And maybe we could, we'll play this guy face down. Maybe he'll try to Flame Slash it. And then we can flip it up and make it a 5. And then we'll get a free card out of it. So we'll put that face down. We'll see what he does. Or if he tries to bolt it. Unless he bolts it and Flame Slashes it, in which case. Alright, there we go. Now he feels. And we'll just get some more swamps because the more times we could torture existence, the better off we are. I guess we don't really need that right now. And we'll get just bet the brown scale back. Get rid of that and that. Okay, let's see what we can do. Our options are just getting back. Well, we can. Maybe we can just play the Warmog, the Marshal, and then we could just start putting a lot of pressure on him with that. I think that might be a pretty good option, actually, but not yet. First, we're. Yeah, we'll get that back. And we'll get back the brown scale as many times as we can. And just get our life total back up. He also doesn't have a post yet. So and then we'll play it. And I think what this is it's gonna force him to just leave his Mole Drifters up the block, and then we can get back the Fume Spitter, and he can make bad trades, or we can also get back the Death Spark, because that'll be relevant now for swinging with 1/1s. Or he's just gonna keep attacking. Right now on board we have 9 damage. Well, it'll be 8, and then there's one of the. What's he firebolting? He's firebolting me. Alright, so I guess he's just trying to erase us. We're just gonna get back the brown scale and get our life back, and then we'll put a Mesmeric Fiend out just in case he has any more. He has 1 firebolt in graveyard. We don't need that right now. We don't need that. And we'll get back the brown scale. And we're getting the Fiend. I mean, I guess something we also could have done was to get the Death Spark, which also. What did I just? Oh man, I'm dumb. Okay, well now that I screwed this up, Oh man. Alright, I don't know what I'm. Okay. Uh, Fortunately, I don't think that affected our clock, but. Yeah, there's nothing we. Alright, so we should have played the Mesmeric Fiend here, but I stacked my triggers and wasn't thinking. So, uh, that shouldn't have happened. But we'll see what happens. It's very likely it doesn't matter too much. Oh, alright. And what does he have in his graveyard? He has a firebolt in the graveyard. So he has 2 damage there. But we're at 16 and then 4. So he's going to hit it. He could hit us for 6 this turn. And he still doesn't have a post. And I don't. Let's see how. 1, 2. Rolling Thunder cost 2 and X. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He gets us for 9 on a Rolling Thunder next turn once he untaps. Which isn't going to be enough. He's going to. So I don't think we have to worry about that until we actually see a post come down and he could start getting absurd amounts of mana from it. We also have game on board next turn, assuming I don't screw it up, which is possible and probable, unfortunately. Okay. So, how do we? 2, 3, 4. Okay. Don't we just, if we get this back, that should have, oh, well, there's that. Let's see, we'll do this. We can get a Fume Spitter. No, we don't want to cast it. What am I doing? Get the Fume Spitter, and then we could Death Spark it. And then we should be able to swing in. Alright, so we got it. Despite my misplays. So going into game 2, I think one of those could be good, just to hit all of the, well, the prisms. Is there anything else? Okay, so maybe they're not as good. We want Duresses. We're gonna want Raven's Crime, and I think that's it. I mean, this wouldn't be terrible because when you these decks, the decks, Cloudpost relies a lot on the prisms for fixing. So even though you're only bringing this in for 1 card, the structure of this deck lets you run a lot of weird techie one-ofs, because then you could just start torturing existing it, and it doesn't cost you a lot of space, and the potential upside could be pretty big. Sometimes they run maps, and then you could hit maps with this too, so that's another upside. But before we do that, we should figure out what. Grave Scrabblers are not really needed here, I guess. We don't need the Mormog Marshals, I don't think. And Death Sparks aren't really that important. Alright, let's take that out and bring one of these in. And we'll see how this goes. I think that's good. We'll leave Snuff out in case he has like a Crusher or something. We don't really need any kind of board control with these. The extra tokens are just going to be cluttersome. And I think that's good. I mean, this guy is also a 3/3. We could just cast him as what he is, and he'll beat up on Mole Drifters and whatnot. So I think this looks good. We'll take it in for round 2 and see what happens. Oh, okay, we're at 13 minutes. So I'm gonna have to focus. Okay, 1 6 cards. No. I'm gonna try to speed up the rate of play just a little bit. We'll start F6ing instead of. I'll draw my cool tech card. No. And we'll just crack this now, and then we could F6. That's okay. Then we'll play the Stinkweed Imp, and he'll probably kill it, which would be perfect because then we could dredge, and once we start dredging, we're pretty much set. Or we could do this. So how does this work? We discard that, and then get back. Okay. Okay, well, the rest, see where he's at. Okay, oh, okay. I guess we just hit, oh, we can't hit the wall, what am I doing? Okay, so we have to hold Snuff out for Crusher, and I think we'll just hit this, and then he'll get it back with the wall. Or we could hit the Preordain. I guess we just hit the Capsize. And we'll Faithless Looting again. We probably should not. We should just not play the Carnarium right now, because if he's gonna get the Capsize back, and then if we're at a huge tempo disadvantage if we bounce a land and this gets bounced. So we'll just probably pitch that to something. All right, we'll get rid of that, and guess that, and that's it. We're really gonna need the Mesmeric Fiend. Like ideally next turn would be, because then we could Fume Spitter and get rid of it. And if he plays his Crusher now, we could Snuff out, and then that gets an extra turn. Just the worry is when he starts capsizing, we need to be. And he 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll probably wall right here because he has 5, or he's not. Okay, that's. Okay. We'll Faithless Looting, and we'll dredge a ton. We're looking for the Mesmeric Fiend. There they are. Okay. And we'll just draw a card. And then we'll just get rid of these 2. And we're gonna hit the wall unless we don't really have to worry about Crusher, I don't think, unless he has some. No, we'll hit the wall. And if he plays, well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if he plays the Glimmer Post, I'll have enough for Crusher next turn. And then we can, I don't know, hit whatever is left in his hand. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, disregard that. And then after this, what's he doing? Okay. We can just get the. What are we getting? Do we have a carrion feeder? No. We should get a fume spitter to get the Seagate Oracle out of the way, so we could just start swinging. And then once we get a feeder, we can put that out, start castigating him every turn with the Mesmeric Fiend. Although he has a Flame Slash, so it'll be a little more complicated because we'll have to just keep getting the same guys back. But and he's tanking. Where's the Flame Spitter? There it is. Okay. We're just going to gain some life off of the Golgari. Oh, no, we can't do that. Okay. Alright, that's that for that turn. We have 9 minutes left, so that's something to keep in mind. We have a Faithless Looting left in the graveyard, which... What is Fume Spitter that? Alright, and then we'll put this. It's face down, so he won't know what it is. And then he probably won't Flame Slash it. We'll just If he does, we'll flip it up with the swamp, and we'll do that on his end step anyway. Alright. And I guess we just have to keep in mind to stay out of Rolling Thunder range. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He could. Okay, Muldrifter. Oh, no, okay. So that puts it up to what, 10, 13, 15. Which still isn't bad. Alright. And then he's probably just going to spend his other Flame Slash to kill it. Because I think he has. He's got to have something else. Yeah, okay. So let's attack here. He'll probably block with the Seagate Oracle. Or, okay. We're gonna get back. Where is it? Grave Scrabbler. And then we'll get back the Fume Spitter and the Mesmeric Fiend from this. So, Tortured Existence, the Fume Spitter. Oh, I'm lagging a bit. Okay. It's probably one of the most difficult things when I know even with the with the black-green version of this deck, which had far less interactions, is that you just throw all the triggers and clicking and opening your graveyard use a lot of time, and and it actually makes the deck pretty difficult to run. Because as the clock, with 6 minutes left, there's no way we could play a game 3. It's partially due to my computer, partially due to the fact that I'm chit-chatting away and that eats up time. But just through all the triggers and stuff and having to think through every decision, it's kind of like the perfect Pauper Storm, I think it's called, where majority of the deck losses. I don't know if that's the case with this deck, but a majority of the deck losses are just through timing out. Somebody will have it and they'll have like 20 cards in hand and just won't know what to do. So alright. And we'll have just enough to do this little trick. I mean, he only has 2 cards left, but why does he have Hydroblast? Okay, I mean, I guess there's like nothing we have that's you can counter Faithless Looting and kill the Gathen Raiders. Alright, we need that. I think that if time were not an issue, we would definitely be ahead and definitely be winning this, especially if we had time to do all the not the grave troll, the brown scale triggers, and just keep gaining what, like 6-8 life return from that. But we're just not going to have time, and there's which is unfortunate. We'll get back the grave troll here though. Not the grave troll. Okay, so we have the feeder. Alright, let's go. So we'll get back the feeder, and then next turn we can get Mesmeric Fiend, and then the feeder gets bigger, and we get another beater. Feeder the beater. Alright, anyway. So we'll swing with both. I still expect him to block with the Seagate Oracle and then the wall, so we actually don't get through for anything. And one of his cards is a Hydroblast, which is fairly useless. And he also has the Mystical Teachings, which is going to get him Rolling Thunder, which, yeah, I think, well, this is going to be unfortunate, but I think he can Mystical Tutor for Rolling Thunder and then hit us for, what, 6, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 even. So, alright, so, had I done that and not been hasty, we would have had to do a little more of the triggers. And alright, let's see. Sometimes my computer lagged out and I'm not sure if I'm attacking or not, and this happens in one of those moments. Alright, it's just not being responsive. Okay, I apologize for. Okay, so he ended up not attacking, so that sucks for us. So sorry for the technical issue there. But nonetheless, I think it's still, despite this game, it's gonna end not far from optimally due to our time, due to the fact that we're pretty much pushed for time and my technical difficulties. And he's gonna, oh, he didn't get it. Okay, maybe we have a chance, unless he just has a Rolling Thunder now, and we shall see, because he'll hit us for $1 million. And I think this might be it. Oh, no, okay. I don't know. What's he getting back? Start capsizing? No. What is he doing? I don't know what he could be digging for. I mean, unless he's trying to get another crusher, which is the only thing at this point he wouldn't be able to get. Because if he needs a thunder, he can just search for it. Alright. I don't know. What did he do? Deep analysis. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. So, alright. Why did I've... Okay, well, I was not expecting that. And that's gonna pretty much do this matchup. We'll concede and play a quick game 3. Uh, that was a surprise. Maybe that's one of the... It's been maybe 2 weeks now since the Pauper Spotlight happened. So it's very possible that this deck just started gaining in popularity, and that's just a tech card, or it's brought it in from the sideboard against it. So that's something to be on the lookout for. I guess stuff we don't. That was, I don't know what I was thinking about those. Sometimes they're good against maps if they're running maps, but I didn't see any. The marshals seem like they might be good. We don't have a ton of time anyway. Maybe we should just... Well, alright, let's do that. We'll just commit to being aggressive, since... We also actually probably don't need... It's probably better. And I think our clock is something like 4 minutes or... Nothing reasonable, so there's a good chance we just time out and lose this. But nonetheless, we could play the third match, see how it ends up. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would like to play first. I will send that back. Oh, this isn't good. Oh man. Do we go to 4? I guess we do. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Perhaps I should have just kept one of those hands I quickly shuffled through. Um yeah, I don't know, there's not much to say here. uh Thoughts on the deck so far against Cloudpost. Cloudpost is probably my least favorite matchup for any deck I play, just because of how long and grindy the games are, and uh, and I don't know. Maybe we could beat them down with a fume spitter, and we'll just get that. Yeah, but I really like. This is probably, I don't know, maybe the 4th or 5th time I've really played this deck, so it's still pretty new to me. Uh, and there's probably a lot of, well, mistakes beyond the ones I made or caused from my computer lagging out. But I really think it's novel, and a lot of its strength comes from the fact that it has access to the black and the red removal. And then Faithless Looting is also a card that really brings the whole deck together. Uh, in Since it's pretty insane with Dredge, as well as the Death Sparks and the Grave Scrabblers and everything. So it's basically just like a divination with flashback for red. It adds a lot of consistency, and I mean, I suppose it's possible that if we get, well, he has, yeah. And another cool thing about the whole tortured existence archetype is that it really allows for like one-of splashes and okay, well now we're pretty much done. I wish I had an ingot chewer here. It wouldn't do anything. um, it allows, yeah, it allows for a lot of like one-of creatures that normally wouldn't see play, and so I know usually when I'm trying to figure out tortured existence stuff, you just you go to gatherer, and oh, let's see, dude, this is gonna get countered, but I don't think we have much of a choice. Wow, okay, let's do it. This would be the big, oh, he's just gonna spellbomb in response, whatever. Spellbomb in response, there we go. Okay. Oh, so what I was saying is that you go to Gatherer and look up the history of underplayed, neglected red commons, uh, and it's pretty interesting stuff you could find. I have yet to do this, and but I'm sure there's a lot of room for development and brewing with the tortured existence archetype, and I'm pretty sure that tortured existence now has actually been in every single color, so that's kind of cool. It's definitely one of the more interesting cards of the format. I really don't think there's any way we could possibly win this, but yeah, because he's gonna start capsizing. So yeah, so we have a minute and 20 seconds left. He has a capsize ready to go, and we have nothing left in hand. So I'm just gonna concede this game, and I will, so you don't have to suffer through this. I'll pause the video and concede. Well, I'll concede the game, and I will load up another match, and I will see you there. Thank you for watching.